This is Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl. Friday, April 14th, 1944. Dear Kitty, the atmosphere here is still extremely strained. Pym has just about reached the boiling point. Mrs. Van Don is in bed with a cold and trumpeting away. Mr. Van Don grows pale without his fags. Dussel, who is giving up a lot of his comfort, is full of observations, etc., etc. There is no doubt that our luck's not in at the moment. The lavatory leaks, and the washer of the tap has gone, but thanks to our many connections, we shall soon be able to get these things put right. I am sentimental sometimes, I know that, but there is occasion to be sentimental here at times, when Peter and I are sitting somewhere together on a hard wooden crate in the midst of masses of rubbish and dust. Our arms are around each other's shoulders, and very close, he with one of my curls in his hand. When the birds sing outside, and you see the trees changing to greens, the sun invites one to be out in the open air. When the sky is so blue, then, oh then, I wish for so much. One sees nothing but dissatisfied, grumpy faces here, nothing but sighs and suppressed complaints. It really would seem as if suddenly we were very badly off here. If the truth is told, things are just as bad as you yourself care to make them. There's no one here that sets a good example. Everyone should see that he gets the better of his own moods. Every day you hear, if only it was all over. My work, my hope, my love, my courage, all these things keep my head above water and keep me from complaining. I really believe, Kits, that I'm slightly bats today, and yet I don't know why. Everything here is so mixed up, nothing's connected anymore, and sometimes I very much doubt whether in the future anyone will be interested in all my tosh. The Unbosomings of an Ugly Duckling will be the title of all this nonsense. My diary really won't be much use to Messrs. Bolkenstein or Gerbrandy. Yours, Anne. Saturday, April 15th, 1944. Dear Kitty, shock upon shock. Will there ever be an end? We honestly can ask ourselves that question now. Guess what's the latest? Peter forgot to unbolt the front door, which is bolted on the inside at night, and the lock of the other door doesn't work. The result was that Crawler and the men could not get into the house, so he went to the neighbors, forced open the kitchen window, and entered the building from the back. He is livid at us for being so stupid. I can tell you, it's upset Peter frightfully. At one meal, when Mummy said she felt more sorry for Peter than another else, he almost started to cry. We're all just as much to blame as he is, because nearly every day the men ask whether the door's been unbolted, and just today no one did. Perhaps I shall be able to console him a bit later on. I would so love to help him. Yours, Anne. Sunday morning, just before 11 o'clock, 16th of April, 1944. Darlingest Kitty, remember yesterday's date, for it is a very important day in my life. Surely it is a great day for every girl when she receives her first kiss. Well then, it is just as important for me too. Bram's kiss on my right cheek doesn't count anymore. Likewise the one from Mr. Walker on my right hand. How did I suddenly come by this kiss? Well, I will tell you. Yesterday evening at 8 o'clock I was sitting with Peter on his divan. It wasn't long before his arm went round me. Let's move up a bit, I said. Then I won't bump my head against the cupboard. He moved up, almost into the corner. I laid my arm under his and across his back, and he just about buried me, because his arm was hanging on my shoulder. Now, we've sat like this on other occasions, but never so close together as yesterday. He held me firmly against him, my left shoulder against his chest. Already my heart began to beat faster, but we had not finished yet. He didn't rest until my head was on his shoulder, and his against it. When I sat upright again, after about 5 minutes, he soon took my head in his hands and laid it against him once more. Oh, it was so lovely. I couldn't talk much. The joy was too great. He stroked my cheek and arm a bit awkwardly, played with my curls, and our heads lay touching most of the time. I can't tell you, Kitty, the feeling that ran through me all the while. I was too happy for words, and I believe he was as well. We got up at 8:30. Peter put on his gym shoes, so that when he toured the house he wouldn't make a sound, and I stood beside him. How it came about so suddenly, I don't know, but before we went downstairs he kissed me, through my hair, half on my left cheek, half on my ear. I tore downstairs without looking round, and am simply longing for today. Yours, Anne. Monday, 17th of April, 1944. Dear Kitty, do you think that Daddy and Mummy would approve of my sitting and kissing a boy on a divan, a boy of 17 and a half and a girl just under 15? I don't really think they would, but I must rely on myself over this. It is so quiet and peaceful to lie in his arms and to dream. It is so thrilling to feel his cheek against mine. It's so lovely to know that there is someone waiting for me. But there is indeed a big but, because will Peter be content to leave it at this? I haven't forgot his promise already, but he is a boy. I know myself that I'm starting very soon, not even 15, and so independent already. It's certainly hard for other people to understand. I know almost for certain that Margot would never kiss a boy unless there was some talk of an engagement or marriage, but neither Peter nor I have anything like that in mind. I'm sure, too, that Mummy never touched a man before Daddy. What would my girlfriends say if they knew that I lay in Peter's arms, my heart against his chest, my head on his shoulder, and with his head against mine? Oh, Anne, how scandalous. But honestly, I don't think it is. We're shut up here, shut away from the world, in fear and anxiety, especially just lately. Why, then, should we who love each other remain apart? Why should we wait until we've reached a suitable age? Why should we bother? I have taken it upon myself to look after myself. He would never want to cause me sorrow or pain. Why shouldn't I follow the way my heart leads me, if it makes us both happy? All the same, Kitty, I believe you can sense that I'm in doubt. I think it must be my honesty which rebels against doing anything on the sly. Do you think it's my duty to tell Daddy what I'm doing? Do you think we should share our secret with a third person? A lot of the beauty would be lost, but would my conscience feel happier? I will discuss it with him. Oh, yes, there's still so much I want to talk to him about, for I don't see the use of only just cuddling each other. To exchange our thoughts, that shows confidence and faith in each other. We would both be sure to profit by it. Yours, Anne.